Yo, what's up guys, your boy Lord Gangs here, and today we're going to be talking about how to get kickstarted with JING YUAN when he releases, what you should be farming for to just really slot him into your teams. It's going to be a quick guide, nothing too fancy here. I'm just going to go over like the priority system, what you should do to kind of farm for him. So I'm gonna go over it with this Ascension planner here. If you guys want this Ascension planner, there'll be a link to it in the description below. It will just be a stock thing. I don't think I can export like this specifically. This is for his light cone and the character. Now you don't have to do this like I said, this will just be a stock one, the one that's in the description. So the way you do this is you go over here, you add character, and in this case you type in JING YUAN, right? JING YUAN's not in this because I already have him selected here, and then you'll just attach him here, and then this little menu will open. He automatically starts at level 1. So for most people, the max level you're going to get to is level 60. And this is what I recommend you start with in order to kind of like farm over the next few days and over the course of his banner. If you're not just going to pull him day 1, you know, kind of for like more free to play players that may have already spent for Sea banner or whatever. So again, he's going to start level 1, go to whatever your max level is if you plan to use him immediately on your team when you pull him. And then the rest of this stuff, just kind of fill in as you can get to it. But before you do that, I'm gonna tell you something that's better than these traces, okay? In terms of power. Now, if you want, you can get all this like level 4, and it's not too expensive. Most of the time, you'll just kind of have this without farming. We'll see, okay? Just listen to me first. So again, set the max level, and then make sure you guys have these base things. These are going to be like the base Ascension materials for him. He has traces up here. These are just the traces that are unlocked at this level. Like I said, they're not selected in here. If I want to go in here and select them, they would change what materials I would need down here. So you're going to need about 1,000,000 credits, 85 of these 4th tier things, and you can sprinkle in some other ones. I think these these average about 20k, right? Where the green ones here average about 1k, and then the blue ones, of course, you can click on and they average 5k. So you can kind of do some math. You can mess around with it if you don't have those. Also, if you click on this and you like edit your inventory, it will kind of do the math for you, just to kind of like make it a little bit simpler for you if you want. But as far as the rest of these things goes, these essential materials, these are something that you can't really bypass. You can't, you know, just mix and match those that you'd want. You just kind of have to farm for these. Especially you got to have them if you're going to plan to level him to 60 as soon as you get him, which if you plan to use him, I recommend you do, because he is our next featured character. And of course, he gonna be OP. So again, just make sure you kind of have this base stuff, and then after you get this base stuff, you level them to 60 or 70, even though I don't think that's obtainable for most people unless you're just a whale. In that case, fuck it, do whatever you want. You're gonna come over here, you're gonna find a build. These things right here, the ornament sets, I don't recommend it, especially if you're Trailblazer level 40 or above. Do not spend your stamina on that anymore. I don't think it's worth in terms of right now, because you get free immersifiers in the weekly pass thing for your simulated universe. You get, I think, 4 at level 40, and you might get more at level 50 and stuff. I assume you do. So just use those in terms of like rolling your ornaments and stuff, and then getting them as they come. Focus on your base stats before anything. These substats, don't worry about min-maxing right now. You don't have the resources, not enough content in the game. That's just not obtainable right now. Just focus on your base stats. Make sure you kind of get these. And if you don't have a 5-star but you have a 4-star, the equivalent of a +9 5-star relic is a +12 4-star relic. So you can kind of like mix and match. Don't go lower than a 4-star. You don't have to. You get plenty of them as far as that go. But again, just focus on your base stats here. And then the main relics that he's going to use, it's all the same. It's going to be Band of Sizzling Thunder. Farm for this now. This is what I would use majority of your stamina on after you get the core materials in order to level him and ascend him. Okay, now let's say perfect universe, maybe you're a whale or something, right? You got all this material already on deck. You've been spending stellar jades, just dropping it in. You already got all the stuff for his light cone too. Fuck it. All right, cool. Now again, you can set this to either max or whatever your level is going to be. In this case, we'll just do 60, and boom, bam. See, this is what you're going to need for that. You guys want to see that? And you can do all this editing by yourself too, to kind of like go with what you want. I do not recommend, again, focusing on the traces until after you already have at least a 4-star set of main stat gear, because that is going to be a much bigger power increase than just focusing farming or dumping your stamina on his traces. So again, make sure you got your core materials for the character, right? You can do some light cone farming because his light cone is OP. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good, especially for him. It's OP. Just make sure you got your core materials on deck. Then go to your relics. Make sure you got these. Spend your stamina on these. If you already have these, right, don't spend your stamina on these planner ornaments. I don't recommend it. It's at that point, it's better to just go ahead and go in here and then start going for the traces, because again, these are now like a weekly thing. You're just kind of gonna just get, right? And you should have enough 4 stars now, especially if you farm for like during the level 30 to 40 bracket for the relics here. You should have a little bit of a backstock to kind of get that. Now, if you don't have a lightning damage one, sure. I mean, you could definitely say that a 40% or more, I can't remember what it is now. I think it is 40% lightning damage planner sphere is probably going to be more than like most of these talents you're going to get. Then again, you know, the small ones like crit rate, attack, and all that stuff is pretty good too. So just kind of deal with it. That's the best I think you could do in terms of like preparing. After that, it's just going to be farming when you already have them, right? Just like kind of getting better gear or finishing out the traces as you're kind of getting them, because there isn't a lot of prep time left. There's only 5 days left if you haven't already jumped on this or just been farming, you know, like spending your stamina like as a daily thing. Some people are still farming for the EXP, which I recommend just making sure your assignments are sent out every day for your EXP there, and then not really farming that as a whole. There are a lot of pros and cons to that, right? Because base stat leveling is the best thing you're going to get, but you know, again, relics are really good to kind of go for, especially this early in the game. Focusing on your base stats, or your main stats, sorry, of course. And then going over the main stats, his body, crit rate or crit damage. I think crit rate's a little bit better for most situations, just because we don't have a lot of crit rate just built into characters, like supports and stuff right now. So if you're gonna do crit rate or damage, there's like you have Branya and Ting Yun to kind of go for damage. So just go for a rate. For feet, I actually recommend speed boots, because the more turns you kind of get in, especially early, to kind of like set off the rotations, the more or the better it is for your lightning lord, because his base speed is at 60, and the more you attack, the more that increases. So I think speed is going to be better there. And then over here, the link rope, go for attack percent. I don't think energy rate is good, unless your character is already pretty well built with some pretty good substats, because at that point the attack percent is going to be better for you. The energy rate is just pretty much just like a smaller cooldown buff for your ultimate, right? You're going to get it, I think, one turn earlier than you would if you have that. So, you know, there's a trade-off, but again, I think for most 99.99% of players that haven't high rolled stuff, they're just going to go for the attack percent. And that's about as good as you can do to prepare and then build Jing Yuan for right now. And then after that, it just comes with, you know, doing your daily stamina, all that stuff. So yeah, that's all I got. If you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to see something specific, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. Peace.